Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Neo, and I'm so excited to be talking to you all today about something really close to my heart: gender identity. It's a topic that's so often misunderstood, and frankly, there's just not enough conversation happening around it. So today we're going to dive deep, unpack some truths, and hopefully open our minds a little bit wider. We're going to be exploring the beautiful spectrum of gender identities that exist across the globe because, honey, it's a lot more diverse than what we were taught in school. We're going to break down those rigid boxes and celebrate the fluidity and uniqueness of each individual's experience. This is all about fostering empathy, understanding, and respect for everyone, regardless of how they identify. So buckle up, because it's going to be an amazing ride. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about what gender actually. You see, we often confuse gender with sex, but they're not the same thing. Sex refers to the biological attributes we're assigned at birth, like our chromosomes, hormones, and anatomy. Think of it as male, female, or intersex. Gender, on the other hand, is a whole different ballgame. It's about our internal sense of self, whether we identify as male, female, both, neither, or something else entirely. It's that deeply personal feeling of knowing who you are, regardless of what the world might say. And here's the thing, gender is a spectrum. It's not this rigid black and white binary that we've been conditioned to believe. It's fluid, it's diverse, and it's constantly evolving. So let's ditch the old school thinking and embrace the beautiful tapestry of gender identities that exist in our world. Now, within this spectrum of gender, we have the more familiar categories of male and female. These are often referred to as the binary genders, and they're based on societal expectations and norms associated with each gender. For some people, their gender identity aligns perfectly with the sex they were assigned at birth, and that's perfectly valid. It's called being cisgender. But for others, it's not that simple, and that's okay too. Remember, gender is personal, and it's about what feels true for each individual. So, while we're exploring the binary genders in this section, it's crucial to remember that this is just one small piece of the puzzle. Chapter 3. Beyond the binary, embracing non-binary identities. Now let's step outside that binary box and explore the incredible world of non-binary genders. These identities exist outside the traditional categories of male and female, encompassing a wide range of experiences and expressions. We're talking about folks who identify as a gender, meaning they don't identify with any gender, or gender fluid, meaning their gender identity can shift and change over time. And then there's bigender, where individuals identify with both male and female genders, and genderqueer, a term often used to challenge and subvert those rigid binary norms. It's important to remember that these are just a few examples, and the language we use to describe gender is constantly evolving. Chapter 4. Honoring traditions, culturally specific genders. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the richness and diversity of gender around the world. Because, honey, different cultures have recognized and celebrated genders beyond the binary for centuries. For example, in many indigenous cultures, we see the concept of two-spirit individuals. These are people who embody both masculine and feminine spirits, often holding sacred roles within their communities, from the Hijras of South Asia to the Fa'afafine of Polynesia. These culturally specific gender identities remind us that our understanding of gender is far from universal. They highlight the importance of honoring and respecting diverse cultural perspectives. Chapter 5. Respect and acceptance, embracing our differences. So, as we wrap up our exploration of gender, I want to leave you with this. Respect and acceptance are paramount. Everyone deserves to be seen, heard, and respected for who they are, regardless of their gender identity. This means using people's correct pronouns, challenging our own biases and assumptions, and creating a world where everyone feels safe and affirmed in their identity. It's about recognizing that gender is a beautiful and complex tapestry, and each individual's experience is valid and worthy of celebration. Remember, empathy and understanding are key. Let's continue these important conversations and build a more inclusive and compassionate world for everyone. Outro: celebrate diversity. Thank you all so much for coming on this journey with me today. I hope this video has shed some light on the incredible spectrum of gender identity that exists in our world. Remember, every single person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of how they identify. So let's continue to educate ourselves, challenge the status quo, and create a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and celebrated for who they truly are. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe to my channel for more conversations on social justice and empowerment. Until next time, stay fierce.